Hey, good morning. This is Michael with Cowboy Cutz Lawn Care LLC. I get a lot of questions. Basically, when it comes to gravel driveways, pretty much what basically makes my machine different than a box blade or a scraper, or just using the bucket and filling the holes in. I bought a SR3 that goes on the front of the skid steer. It's through ABI Attachments. Basically, it's a ripper, a floating box blade, and a finish rake all in one. Right now, I'm gonna turn the camera around here in a second. I'm up at the Clio Eagles Club. They've been a great customer of mine. I get a lot of business from them. They had a guy come in just a little while ago, and he used a York rake on it. Didn't do a great job. Basically filled some holes in, but as far as flattening it out, it basically just rolled over, overlapped. All the potholes that were here basically are back. So I've done half of the driveway right now. I'm actually gonna turn the camera around and show you over one pass what it looks like right now, and then I'll get back to explaining how this machine works. So right now you can see big water holes, pretty much basically rough the ground up. So getting back to how this machine works versus using a box blade or a scraper, I don't know. It's pretty soft, so it actually broke up a little better than it normally does. But I don't know if you can see them grooves in there. I'll take you over here to the machine. That is the ripper basically taking the existing stone that was already here and basically just loosening the gravel up. Well, what that does compared to a box blade or a bucket, basically these rippers, they go down into the ground. So as where your pothole is, that is basically what they call your base. So you're gonna have potholes that look like this. I'm sure those are plain as day to see. But basically the hard part of your pothole is on the bottom. So pretty much my machine will rip the ground up enough to where it'll cut the same base throughout the whole parking lot. And the difference in that is if you have a box blade, a back blade, bucket, okay, you can do it. It'll look good when you're done. The problem with that is you're still gonna have a hard base at the bottom of that pothole. You're gonna have loose gravel at the top of the pothole. So the more and more that you drive over it, basically it's just going to push itself back out. And as you can see right now, with as wet as it is, let me walk away from the skid steer. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But basically the more and more that you drive over top of it, it basically just pushes everything that you just graded out of the pothole. It doesn't last. Versus the SR3, cutting the same base throughout the whole parking lot. And it also depends on how much traffic and stuff you have in, going in and out of your driveway, out of your parking lot. Up here, they're off of a main road, so you kind of got to get on it a little bit, get out into traffic every now and again. But I just kind of wanted to show everybody the difference of it. And I'll do another video here when I'm done. Actually, I'll take you inside the machine. I'll see if I can do this one-handed here. But I'll take you inside this machine, and I'll kind of show you how it works. Turn my radio down. Flip my camera. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to get that crap off the window. Alright, I'm going to try this one-handed here, so bear with me. So I'll pick this up real quick. You can see the rippers. That's basically how far they go into the ground. Right around 6 inches is what it'll cut. So let's see if I can, there you go. So you can see the lines. I'm gonna cut it down a little bit more. You see how it peels that gravel right up? So as long as you have a good base in your driveway, basically I save people money. Long story short, I save people money because, you know, you don't have to go and, you know, pay the expensive fees of having, you know, newer stone brought in, and you know, the trucking fee, especially at $5 a gallon. You know, I had to raise my prices this year. Luckily, you know, all my customers, you know, my existing customers understand. But, you know, it's, to me, I recommend anybody that is in this business, you know, doing the grading, doing, you know, anything, dirt leveling, you know, this works great on new lawns. It's just a great multiple tool. So, I mean, I highly recommend anybody that wants one or needs information on one. Like I said, they're through ABI Attachments. You know, obviously they ain't paying me to say none of this, but, you know, when I use a product or I buy a product, like I highly recommend. I wouldn't recommend it if I wouldn't use it, put it that way. But I mean, you can see how well it just rips up, and like I said, you know what, sometimes you know, if you get like a lot of traffic, obviously we just had some snow yesterday, which we're in Michigan, so it's Michigan weather. But I mean, you can see how well that just cuts through, and just, I mean, it's a fantastic machine for doing driveways. I use it on my own driveway. I have the same, you know, crushed asphalt in my driveway, and it's just an excellent machine to use. Obviously, you know, one pass isn't gonna do it, so I'll take and I'll show you. So basically, however your parking lot is, basically you're gonna want to cut it one way, and then normally what I do is I go on a diagonal, and then to finish it, I will cut it, you know, basically straight up and down. So going across what I'm basically cutting right now. And after all that is done, you take the rippers out of play, and basically you just level it off. You smooth it out. It packs your holes down. What I have found out, you know, over time of using this machine, basically if I was just to leave it like that and then just level it off, basically all these grooves that you see, I don't know if you can see, but basically this is, let me get my finger in here, this is one groove, so you can kind of see them a little better that way. But basically if I was just to flatten that out, as it got packed down, we get another rain, it's just gonna, basically it's gonna be really bumpy. It's gonna pack down in them grooves, no different than a pothole. But I'll do another video here as soon as I get the rest of this cut down a couple times, and when I get ready to do a finish on it, I'll take another video and post it for you guys. I appreciate y'all watching.